Masculine Mindset Show. It's Adam Skoda. All right, guys, today I have someone named Calvin. He is known as Initiative Fitness on Instagram. Go follow him. He's a fucking man. Okay, guys, here's the whole point to this intro and to really introduce this guy to all of you. Something I noticed about Calvin is he has charisma, and I saw it right away. And I was like, okay, yeah, I am excited to interview him because this particular podcast is about how to become charismatic. And I want to tell all of you, this is a skill set. This is a skill set. And if you think, oh, I can't become charismatic, that's a bad belief, and that is self-sabotage. You are literally saying to yourself, I can't become something that other people have, and that is called a fixed mindset. Wouldn't you agree, Calvin? A fixed mindset.
Absolutely. Yes,
So,
sir.
yeah, here's what I want to say about becoming charismatic. Becoming charismatic requires you to grab your balls and learn this skill. Learn this skill because this is important. Okay, so with that said, I want to introduce Calvin to you guys. Tell us about yourself.
Yes, sir. Hello. Yes, yes, sir. My name is Calvin Bays, Initiative Fitness 210 on Instagram, from San Antonio, Texas, West Side. I want to thank Adam allowing me the time and space to be on here. I'm grateful for the opportunity. Happy to be here.
Awesome, awesome.
Sir.
All right, so today, you guys, I will fully own the fact that I'm actually holding one of my all-time favorite books called The Art of Seduction in my hand. And the reason why I'm holding this book is because this right here talks about traits of charismatic people, okay? And the first quality of charismatic people that I will tell you guys, that is purpose. Purpose. And that's the number one thing I'll say right away. That is, guys, always have a direction in your life. Know where you're going. Don't meander around like a fucking floating turd and be a victim of life circumstance. Wouldn't you agree, Calvin?
Absolutely, that purpose-driven mindset. I mean, just like you were saying, there's that yes man, oh, whatever someone says, like you be that thing. No, because just like you were saying earlier, the power of the mind, the mindset is so important. Because one thing I got from my big homie Shane is the mind will believe whatever you tell it. So just
Mm-hmm.
like you were saying, if you tell yourself, "Oh, I'm not charismatic, I can't do this, I'm not capable of that," then you can't. Can we cuss on this? Or
I don't
or
give
try
a
to
fuck.
refrain from the
Go
cussing?
ahead, swear, say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, if you say you can't do something, then you fucking can't do that shit. But the adverse is true. Your mind will believe whatever you tell. If you say, you know what, I can fucking do this. I'm the fucking man. I'm the shit. I have the most charisma in this whole fucking place. You know what I mean? Then your mind's gonna believe that shit. You know what I
Yep,
mean? So really be
yep,
careful on what you're telling yourself. That self-talk is so important. And going back to that purpose, like having a purpose. What is my purpose with my self-talk? Am I self-sabotaging myself, or am I setting myself up for success and my greater purpose?
exactly,
Yeah, man.
exactly. Yeah. So another quality of charismatics, okay, is mystery. Mystery.
Okay,
So
okay.
what I really want to say about mystery, you guys, is all right. I have this written down. I'll fully own this. I'm actually reading it from my own note cards, but it is the hint of the uncanny, the appearance of prophetic or psychic gifts will add to your aura, and you will predict things authoritatively, and people will just imagine that what you say has come true.
Mm,
So
yes, dude.
this one here, you guys, this is something that I don't hear enough podcast owners talking about on charismatic communication. I hear, oh, you want to be liked, you want to be likable, you want to be basically you want to um, show that you're a likable guy. Yes, that's true, but Since when do I ever hear podcast owners out there saying, you got to be mysterious? I don't hear a lot of people saying this. You 110% have got to be mysterious. So I want to ask you now, since I listed a few traits of charismatic people, what do you think are traits of charismatic people?
Shoot, being charismatic is being like outgoing. Again, like having that purpose, having that mindset again of, man, I'm gonna be out there to go greet people. It's some being a charismatic person to me is having that charisma where people want to be around you immediately. Cause like I've noticed this like in my own personal development journey, people just when I really, and it starts with the self. It's not like, oh man, where can I go learn this from somewhere else? No, it starts with you. Because a little quick story on myself, man. Growing up, I was a super introvert, bro. I was the quietest kid. I didn't want to talk to no one. I was to myself a lot. So, and you wouldn't know that if you had just met me, because I now it you got to tell me to shut up because I'll go on for hours, you know. And that really started with myself, my personal development. And man, who do I want to be? What kind of person do I want to become? And kind of like Wes Watson says that purpose, a higher purpose, is creating the man that you most desired, that man that you needed as a child, cultivating him and through personal development daily, and then giving that man to the world. So that's super important to me. And kind of to that mystery note, one of the biggest things is just overall physical fitness, you know. So you go into a room, you don't have to say a word. If you're in shape, you're boom, like you can people see the veins popping out of your neck, you're in shape. People are already like, oh shoot, man. Oh, yo, that dude's he's in shape. Whoa, look at that dude's arms. Like, oh shoot, man, hey, and like, hey, you been working out, dude? Whoa, man, you this guy again, they can tell just off you look without saying a single word. They can know you're disciplined. You're a man who's gonna can stick to something, be consistent with something. Um, but just working at it, to have charisma, you know, I think is really it's a practice. You know what I mean? You're not gonna get it immediately because again, the mind will believe wherever you tell it. So, all right, I'm charismatic, but you never spoke to anyone. That first couple of times, it might come off wrong, but you keep practicing, you keep grinding, you keep being charismatic, eventually people are gonna be like, bro, you have so much charisma. Where'd that come from, man? And it's from putting in the work, the constant grind, you know, the constant effort and that constant daily development on yourself. For sure.
Love it, dude. Love it. All right. So here's something that comes to my mind. And again, you guys, I do give dating advice, and one of my articles on my website is called The Ultimate Guide to Pickup. Now, I want to be clear here. Now, I know when you hear that term, you're like, that just sounds that you're manipulating women, Adam. And I hear that argument coming from a mile away. So here's what I'll say to all of these fixed minded guys out there that think that pickup is creepy. First off, stop believing what society says about pickup. Second off, follow your own lead, tune out everyone else, because here's the thing, this is also a skill set, pickup. But
Absolutely.
what I want to say here is really what you're learning when you get into PUA is you're learning social skills. It's just becoming more social.
Absolutely. Yes,
And
sir.
one of the attraction weapons, as I say in air quotes, is to have a wide range of vocal tonalities.
Hmm.
Wide range of vocal tonalities. Okay, so there's a difference between having a seeking rapport tonality, seeking rapport. That's wrong. Okay, notice how I'm talking now. I'm talking much more firm right now. Firm. This comes from my group instructing background of training large amounts of classes. If you want to be more charismatic and even do some public speaking, speak from your diaphragm, speak loud, and speak authoritatively. All right? And that's the key to charismatic communication as well. But remember, you guys, Don't sound harsh as I can sound harsh sometimes. I am guilty of this. I will fully own it. Fully. Just go listen to my episode called 10x Your Masculinity. Have you heard that one, Calvin? 10x Your
Not
Masculinity.
yet, but I can just imagine, man, with
Yeah,
your
dude, I
charisma.
getting
Yeah.
fired up. Yeah, I'm getting fucking fired up. Like, but yeah, I will listen to my own podcast and I'm like, come at me, bro, Adam. Just yeah. But
Absolutely.
here's what I want to say about this, guys. Practice just having different tonalities, like a wave going up and down, but not too high to the point where you're putting up people above you. No, because there's a wrong way to do that. Oh, how are you doing today? Wrong, wrong. Go up a little bit, then go down a little more. Do you hear that?
Absolutely, man. Dude, that's so important. And like the skills of communication and understanding your audience as well. Cause I same thing, man. This last like me leveling up, like really busting ass on my journey of personal development. I'm like, yo, motherfuckers, man, we gotta fucking work on ourselves. And like some people, they get it automatically. Hell yeah, Calvin. Fuck yeah, let's get that shit. Some people, like including some of my own family members, they're like, whoa, hey, whoa, that's hey, watch your tone. Hey, you know, what I mean, that kind of that lighter sense of tonality. So really understanding who am I talking to, and again, practicing that conversation. What am I trying to, because the conversation, what I'm trying to get out of anything is to better others, better myself and better others more so. Really, how can I help you today? You know, and some people are immediately like, oh, yes, sir, boom, this is how you can help me. Some are like, whoa, why'd you cuss? Even they won't even listen to the message. They hear one curse word, they're immediately turned off. So really understanding who your audience is, what kind of tone that is best receptive to them. Because some people with men, women, children, all of them, everyone's different, you know, everyone's unique. So understanding, all right, who am I talking to and what is the best way to communicate to this person is very important.
Yeah, man. And so one other thing I want to mention. All right, I want to give full credit to the book, The Mystery Method. Again, that's where I read this from. Again, a lot of people know about the mystery method if you're into PUA. But what I will say about this is, guys, be careful from a lot of PUA advice. They can often say that, like, you can be out of shape and still pull women. But, like, here's what I want to say about that. To an extent, it's kind of true. That is, if you have full ownership, you own your flaws, you own who you are, you have that masculine, powerful frame, as I always say in my podcast. In a way, yes, some guys that are out of shape in that sense can pull women. But what I want to say about that real quickly, okay, that is, guys, that is an excuse to not improve yourself. You you have got to still work out. So what I want to say here, to circle back to the topic at hand, as becoming charismatic, the book The Mystery Method says having social intuition, also known as social calibration, reading people's cues and responding to them properly, knowing how to basically adapt to the conversation in a very flowy manner. And again, you guys,
Absolutely. Yeah. Understanding body language, you know, I'm super
yeah,
important because the person's like, oh yeah, they're leaning in. Oh man, and they're getting closer and closer versus they're like, you know what I mean? Really understanding body language. That's a great point. Yes, sir.
yeah. And so as I said on a previous episode, well, wait, Adam, isn't being an intuitive, like a feminine thing? Yes, you guys, as I say, when you reach the flow state, you are going to get into that kind of feminine territory. But what I'm saying here is we all have masculine and feminine energies. Okay, but you have to understand that my biggest message here on the Masculine Mindset Show is to step into your masculine mindset in all areas of your life. But more importantly, what I want to say about this real quick is when it comes to conversing with girls, for example, you have to learn to actually be more likable, but not to be fucked with. Okay, you want to be likable, but not to be fucked with. Make sense?
Yes. Hmm.
And so my whole point here on this whole tangent is know how to read cues, be likable and approachable, but not to be fucked with.
Mm.
There's a balance.
Absolutely, man. Finding that balance through every conversation again is an opportunity to work on your communication, work on your charisma, but having that balance because you don't want to be like, all right, I need to go practice my charisma, and then you, hey, what's up, someone? And again, like you're overbearing where you're like, they're like, whoa, what the hell? Who is this person? And but at the same time, not where you want to underdo it, like, oh, I'll let them control the situation and everything, then you're gonna get rolled over. You're gonna get fucked with. You know what I mean? So that's yeah, beautiful. Like setting your boundaries, understanding the communication, but like letting them know, yeah, this is man, I'm confident, cool, calm, collected, but I'm not to be fucked with. You know what I mean? And again, with your body language, with your personality, your physical appearance, a combination of all these things, your tone of voice, like you were saying, is all these things factor into like man, hey, can I fuck with this dude right now? And eventually, like the combination of them, and you do it correctly, is where again you come off correctly, but still not to be fucked with, man. That's well said.
Thanks, man. I greatly appreciate that. So you said that you wanted to practice some of your game on here. So I wanted to hear some of your pickup lines. So I want to hear it. Come on, man. Let's hear some of your pickup lines.
Cool. Hey, hello. Hey, what's your name? How you doing? Is again just practicing the conversation. And this is coming from someone who is a super introvert. You know what I mean? You don't have to don't overthink it. Same thing. Don't be overbearing. Don't underdo it and don't be overbearing. You don't just say hi. And like, okay, what? Who is this person? You want to just start the conversation with anyone. This could be with whatever person you're trying to meet, or like right now, I have a girl, so but this is still super important and applicable to if you're trying to get a relationship. But for me right now, working networking, you know what I mean, really meeting high level individuals. Hey, hello, sir. So again, not coming overbearing, like, oh my God, because again, I've been able to meet some super high level people, some Jesse Borrego. Shane, that dude who was on the mastermind with Wes, man, Wes himself talking with Wes. I'm like, bro, like, and not fanboying out, you know. I'm like, oh my gosh, or like if it's a super pretty girl or something, you're like, oh my, you know what I mean? You go geek out, you know, like again, keeping that cool, calm, collected. I've been here before, and even if that takes practicing in the mirror, you know what I mean? Hey, hello, nice to meet you. What's your name? Oh, hey, that's what, where you from? Oh, cool. I'm from this place. You know what I mean? Not being overbearing, like, hey, can I get your number and meet? Like, you have to ease your way into the conversation. Cause like with a chick, like you want to eventually get the chick's number or her Instagram, whatever it is. So not going, hey, what's up, man? Let me get your Instagram, girl. You bad. Like some girls might go for that straight off. Depending again, if you come with your appearances on point, you're fit, you're in shape, they might be like, oh, okay, boom. But then you got to think about it, is that really the type of female you want to attract? Someone who gives it that easy? Like, so you know what I mean? You might want something with a little bit of chase. So like, and especially like these high level individuals, they have people trying to give them deals, sponsorships. People, oh my gosh, do you want to be a part of this thing? They're like, yo, like they are automatically have that filter because they're getting bombarded with shit like this every single day. So working into it, like I'll just give an example with Shane. Like I had seen him on the Wes Watson Mastermind, and boom, San Antonio, Texas. I was like, no freaking way. The dude going to this mastermind is from my same city. I have to reach out to this dude. Boom, hit him up. Yo, man, I see you from the city, bro. Keep grinding. Like we have to link. We can get back. And by the grace of God, he responded to my thing, and not like, oh my gosh, dude, I'm such a big fan. We have to link immediately. I was like, hey man, a real big fan of your work. Like we should try to link sometime together. We can get some work in. And he's like, yeah, definitely, man. When I get back to the city, boom, he comes to the city, man. I go to his shop. He has a tattoo shop here in San Antonio. I go up, hey, hello, sir. Again, being respectful as well. You know what I mean? Especially with women, you don't want to come off and excuse my language. Yo, what's up, bitch, man? You fucking bad. What the fuck, you dirty bitch? Da, da, da. Like, cause like again, some women they might go for that, but again, you have to think, what is that the type of woman I'm trying to attract? So being again respectful. Hey, hello. I was like, yo, what's up, Shane? This again, this is more so networking relationships. I was like, hey, hello, Shane. Honored to meet you, bro. My name is Calvin. Introducing yourself the proper way, speaking clearly, like shoulder, chest out, shoulders up, chin up. Like being respectful. And that was one thing he spoke on too, because he was in prison for about 13 years of his life. He was really keen to seeing body language, like if the person was like that, you can see, okay, this guy's not confident in himself. Like, man, I could go steal his shit, I could go beat the fuck out this fool, like versus the guy who has his shoulders out, chin up, he's well kept, and that just goes for anything, physical appearance, being properly groomed, shaved, like this morning I had to shave a little bit, make sure my teeth are brushed, and it's a constant process. It's not, oh, you do it one time and you're good. It's constantly working on yourself. Because he called it fireman. The fireman, when you if you would come out in prison, come out unshaven without your teeth brushed, you would have to get checked by the homies. So if you didn't shave, you didn't come out correctly, they would check you and then you'd get beat up pretty bad. And the adverse is true. Boom, you're clean. All right, you on point, man. You're good. Now you're solid. And then so like holding that standard for yourself. And so just working on communication, not being overbearing and just being respectful is the biggest thing. Yeah, hello. My name is Calvin. Nice to meet you. Where you from? How you doing? Like whatever situation is, y'all try to relate. Don't be like, oh, like you want to go see a crazy game, da, 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 or something. Like take wherever situation. If you're at school, hey, so like what are you studying? Or like if you're at the library, oh, what kind of books are you reading? Like keeping it relevant as well. You don't want to be, hey, by the way, did you know? Because me and Adam know, man, hey, do you know we can hit 100 burpees? Do you know I could fucking whoop everyone's ass in here? Like yeah, while that's true, like again, you don't want to be overbearing, so cool, calm,
Don't,
collected, and
yeah,
respectful.
don't prove yourself to a woman, you guys.
Yes, yes.
Don't fucking do that shit. If okay, the minute you try to prove yourself to a woman is the minute she loses all respect for you.
Exactly. That's the moment you get fucked with, because that's so many fucking simps out here, bro. They're like, oh, hey, let me buy you a drink. Fuck no, bro. I ain't buying you shit, bitch. You can buy me a drink. Fuck, you know what I mean? Like, dude, do not simp over these bitches because they're gonna be like, oh shoot, he gonna buy me a drink. Oh, can you buy me and all my friends a drink? Oh, hey, can I borrow $50? Or hey, like, can you pay my rent for this month? Bro, that's how you get fucked with easy, man. And a lot of these dudes they simp, they fall for that shit, man. They fall victim to the pussy, man. It's plain and simple. And bro, do not be pimped out by these hoes, bro. Like we pimps out, we pimping hoes, we ain't getting pimped, you know what I mean? Like and again, respecting others and respecting yourself. Like, hell nah, bro. Hey, can you buy me a drink? Nah, I'm good, but I can have a conversation with you. Again, being respectful about it, not hell nah, bitch, fuck you. Like that's my mind immediately, man. I'm from the west side, bro. But again, I've learned to dial it back again, understanding my audience, who am I talking to? Like, no, no, thank you, I'm good, but I appreciate that offer. I'm sober right now, but thank you, baby. You have a great day. You know what I mean? I won't even call her that because I got a girl. I'll be like, thank you, miss. You have a great day. So that's just how I uphold myself.
Gotcha, gotcha. Okay, so here's something I've been toying around with lately, and that is just knowing how to talk fast, but dialing it down too. Don't talk too fast to the point where you are a fucking spaz. So,
Yeah.
hey, chick, why are you looking at me like that? She says, like what? Like that. You have those bad girl eyes with a good girl face. It's gonna be kind of fucked up. Don't do that. I feel like
Mm.
you're doing this to me on purpose. I'll say that one
Okay.
more time. Why are you looking at me like that? She says, like what? Like that. You have bad girl eyes with a good girl face. It's gonna be kind of fucked up. Don't do that. I feel like you're looking at me like that on purpose. And then she's
Mm.
out. Okay, guys, women are gonna actually respond well to this, and I'll tell you why. The reason is this: they respond to sub communications, and when you blame her for looking at you like that, oh my god, it's so fucking powerful. And then I'll often lead it into this. I'm like, okay, so how long have you been attracted to me?
Yes, sir. That psychology, man.
Yeah,
Hell
yep,
yeah.
yeah. So really, you were mentioning basically the halo effect not that long ago. Now, what the halo effect is in human psychology is you place the halo on their head of good-looking people that have all of like the most positive qualities. Oh, let's say a very good-looking woman. You you put the halo on her head because she's so fucking hot. You know what I mean? So the halo effect just basically states that you attribute positive qualities to good-looking people, and the halo effect is very real, and that's why guys simp.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, you got really that's so I would say, what are y'all putting your halos on? If you're just putting the halos on the chick because of her looks, I got news for you, man. You in the wrong business. You need to rethink your life, man, because like you have, what is this person giving me in return? You know what I mean? I'm spending however much money you're spending on this person. Are you just putting it on the halo, or are you putting it on everything else? You know what I mean? It's like, again, if back to business relationships, are you putting it just on the halo on the person's money, what they do, or their characteristics, their capabilities, you know what I mean, their potential? There's so many things that, like, again, like we have that tunnel vision. Oh man, she's so pretty that she's a bad chick, that all these other bad qualities come are we're blind to. So really being aware, what am I putting my halo on? What am I putting my focus on in this person? Am I thinking of the whole picture? Am I thinking long term, or I'm just thinking, man, I'm trying to get my nut in this moment? Important to think about.
There's a difference between a um, horny guy and just a guy who's comfortable in his sex drive. There's a
Yeah.
there's a big difference, you guys. So a lot of
Mm.
times I had these podcasts where I'm some of them are ballsy as fuck. Like that one I sent you about
Yeah.
teasing women to want to kiss you. That podcast is out there. Okay. Now, here's what I want to say about that really quick, you guys. Understand that episode, if you want to implement that, understand that you have to have a solid foundation of leading up to that.
Absolutely.
So, like, don't just go saying to some random chick, "I'm not gonna kiss you," kind of thing. So it's like you have to build it up, in because with human attraction, it's like a volume knob. You have to gradually turn it up. For us guys, it goes on and off, on and off.
Mm.
Oh, she's cute. Oh, what's up, chick? But it's like it doesn't work like that with women. You have to literally take your time, and
Mm.
your impatience, which by the way, you guys, I'm guilty of this too. Your impatience will get you in trouble. It will. It will get you in trouble.
Absolutely, man. That's why these dudes out here doing foolish things, man. Like, again, having patience and long-term view with any relationship, like a boyfriend, girlfriend, or business relationship, anything. Long-term view, not just what's right in front of you. If they're like, hey, we have this contract for you, it's 100,000 a year. Oh, boom, let me sign it immediately. But you didn't know you're gonna be working 365 days a year with all this bullshit in the contract. You know what I mean? Same thing with a girl, like, hey, yeah, I'll go home with you tonight, but you don't know what kind of diseases this chick has, or you don't know what else she got going. She might have a baby daddy and like 10 kids, like, so not being patient, like, well, let me talk to this woman. Let me see what you got any kids or anything, man? You got any relationships already going on? Like, because yeah, a lot of men are just thinking with their dick, man. They're thinking, again, like you said, it's okay to have a person who's comfortable with their sex drive, but not someone who's just horny, only thinking with their dick, because that you're gonna fuck up your own life and possibly the lives of other people. So, thinking, having patience and that long view, super important.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's really 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 fucking important. Now, here's also what charismatics are good at that I have written down on my note card right here. Show that you are less inhibited than your audience, that you radiate dangerous sexuality, that you radiate dangerous sexuality. Now, here's what I mean by that, guys. Don't, okay. What that means is I don't want you guys to misinterpret and just be like a fucking creep and or like be a fucking pervert. What that means is you just show that you're assertive, but you know how to curtail in a way to her comfort. I say that often on my podcast. Always curtail to a woman's comfort levels. Consent is huge. You won't, you, honestly, guys, everyone listening right now, I just want you to understand that you never want to push a woman into the outcome that you hope will manifest. Okay, so that's a total side tangent and a totally different podcast. But I want to ask you now, what else do you think is the trait of a highly charismatic individual?
Kind of, yeah, similar to what you said, but more so just a dangerous individual, you know what I mean? And having that capacity, again, like physical fitness is super important. That level of personal development. Man, this person, like for me, like when I was boxing consistently and competing, like I knew, like, especially when I first started boxing, I was like, bro, every time if I was in the gym, I was like, I wish someone would fucking bump into me just so I could like fuck someone up. Like I was looking for that. And that was in the wrong mindset. You know what I mean? That was just me. Like when I first started getting some hands, I was like, bro, I could fuck someone up, dude. Like, but that was again thinking kind of with the wrong mindset. But after a couple months, a couple years of really understanding, like, damn, I could really like damn near kill someone with my bare hands. Like, that's fucking dangerous. And like, there's a level of confidence that really comes with that. And I think that's the biggest thing, confidence, whether you're a boxer or you're just working out, really like, I wake up super early and I hit my daily routine, you know what I mean? And then I hit my daily workout early in the morning, 5 o'clock a.m. Boom, hit that workout. After that, wherever room I go into after that moment, I feel good. I feel confident. My vibration level is high. I'm at a high frequency because I knew, boom, I got my daily personal development. I'm stacking my wins. And by the time I walk in the office of that meeting, I'm already like, man, I feel amazing. I'm not downplaying anyone else with all due respect, but I'm like, man, I bet none of these guys have gotten the work that I've gotten in today. You know, I'm just in that office building, like, bro, like you already have that level of confidence, and there's the charismatics and charisma just comes based just without just doing that. You do the work before, you feel confident. You're like, man, I got this. It's like when you have a big test, you know what I mean? You studied for every day for 2 weeks before the test. You're like, man, I've really been studying hard. You know, you put in the work. So when that test comes, you're like, oh man, I'm gonna do so fucking good on this test, you know? So that's again, that's with anything. If you want to be confident in talking, in business meetings and whatever, just start with the practice, putting in the work, you know. So that's one character is putting someone who consistently puts in the work, in whatever it is.
Yeah, I want to mention something really quick, and that is, guys, a lot of successful people know the power of basically faking it until you make it. Now, what I mean by that is this: there's this saying in NLP. What NLP stands for is neuro linguistic programming, but I don't want to go too deep down the rabbit hole on NLP. But what it says is just act as if. So act as if you are already charismatic. Act as if you are certain in yourself. Act as if you have that masculine mindset. Act as if you are very good at banter. Act as if you
Yes.
are basically stoic. And
Yes.
guys, the thing that I really want to say about this really quick is there's a balance that I actually talked to Calvin about before I actually went on air to really start recording this podcast, and that is you don't want to be so fucking polarizing to the point where you just are talking down on people and trying to like get them to react like that. That's not cool. Especially bullying too. I actually had an episode called "How to Control the Killer Inside Yourself," and with that episode being released, I understand that people are probably nervous to reach out to me. But guys, don't be nervous to reach out to me. I'm just like you. I'm a normal dude. But here's the thing: I'll just sum up the podcast into one big short sentence, and that is this: there was a fucking internet bullier that appeared on my TikTok and made a fucked up comment. And what I did is I came off of my fucking composure and released that podcast. But really, what I want to say to all of you is understand that there's a balance between being polarizing and stoic and very assertive, but also being likable and being that that guy that just is kind of like a doormat kind of thing. But I want to be clear here. There's a difference between being a likable guy but being a fucking simp. There is a difference, you know.
Absolutely.
And I want to hear your take on that really quick.
So yeah, man, being someone who's likable, again, you have that charismatic, and it was like you said, man, being likable, but having that line where it's like, not to fuck with me. Everyone, I was a charismatic dude, but they also knew I was a fucking boxer. So they would even make jokes like, "Oh, hey, bro, don't whoop my ass, bro." And I was like, "Ah, bro, I ain't gonna whoop your ass," and like it's all love. But having that capability, and that just one quote that comes to my mind is like, no one will ever know the violence that it took to become this gentle. So like whether that's working out or going through traumas, like all that stuff, and you're still being able, like you said, like being able to control that killer inside you, that beast inside you, because every man has that side to them, that just wants to fuck shit up,
Yeah,
like you
yeah.
get triggered. Oh man, what the fuck, dude? Like you want to fucking hit some shit, you want to cuss someone out,
I'm gonna
like
start throwing chairs. Yeah,
yes, dude. Like everyone has that in them. If you don't have that in you, you're fucking lying to yourself because like everyone gets mad, it's a human emotion. It's okay to feel those emotions, but it's not okay to always act on them and especially act on them if you're physically hurting others, or even like verbally like bullying and stuff. But none of that shit is cool, you know what I mean? It's never cool to hurt someone else in a negative way.
yeah.
But yeah, not being so overbearing again where people are like, holy shit, bro, don't fuck me up, but not being cool enough and not vocal enough where people are like, oh, well, I can do whatever the fuck I want to you. Like, hey man, bitch, go give me some coffee or something. Or hey, go get this for me. Like you want to again, like you said earlier, that balance, bro. And that's so important with life and with anything, like having that balance of that yin and the yang, having that compassionate side to you, that feminine side, but also having that fucking savage, that masculine side that's like can fuck shit up and knowing when to use each of them, like, okay, this person is in a hurt state right now. Let me try being a little more compassionate. And even in some cases, hurt people, because it's happened in my own life, you be compassionate to them. Oh man, it's okay. Da da da. Like, and you're enabling them. And one thing that Wes says, man, I shared the other day, one of the greatest disservices you can do for someone is accommodating their shortcomings. So if they're like, oh man, because I got a bunch of homies, man. They still in the hood. They still smoke weed and shit. And I told all my homies, some of my friends cut me off because they're like, I'm like, cut off your vices, bro. Stop fucking smoking weed. That's not doing anything for you. And I want to help you level up. And it was coming from only a place of love and compassion. Like, yo, cut out your vices. And some people are like, yeah, man, whatever. Some people are like, bro, you're right. I need to do that. And some people that it's not receptive to them. So I'm like, bro, you need to stop the fucking bullshit. Like you keep fucking doing this shit, you're gonna fuck up your whole life. And they're like, damn, like you're right, Calvin. I need to fucking do this. So understand your audience and having that balance. Being able to do both, man. That's a beast. Being able to be gentle and a beast.
Oh yeah, yep. And I want to actually for about probably 15 more minutes, I want to talk about how to reach the flow state because we went on
Oh,
a big
yes.
tangent. We went on a big fucking tangent on how to be charismatic, and now that we've touched upon traits of charismatic individuals. Um, I want to talk about reaching the flow state because, dude, Calvin, this right here is solely how I became charismatic.
Awesome.
This right here, guys, I'm going to be real with you. I have not been able to like talk fast like this or even become remotely charismatic years ago when I was a fucking introvert and I would call myself a walking vagina, as I said on my episode 10x Your Masculinity. So here's what I'll say: reaching the flow state, take an ice cold shower, go to the gym, lift weights.
Mm,
I'm in the flow
mm,
state. I'm in the flow state. That's how I reach it. And
yes.
how do you reach the flow state, homie?
So how the first way I was introduced, because everyone has reached that flow state, hopefully at one point or another. And it's a little hard to describe it, but I completely understand it. You know what I mean? And one of the best ways that it was told to me was like, you'll know you're in that flow state when time just goes by like nothing. You're like, oh shit, it's been an hour. Like if you're reading a good book or if you're having a badass workout or you're cooking or you're having a great conversation like this podcast, bro. I don't even know how it's long. It feels like 5 minutes, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah.
time goes by like nothing, dude. And that's part of that flow state. With me, how I like getting in the flow state and how I tell others to reach it. And like you said, it's just put in the fucking work, dude. Do the fucking work, whatever that is for you. And like it's at different levels. Not everyone is at that cold shower and that workout yet. That's completely fine. Find where you're at because it's not you versus me. It's not you versus Adam. It's not you versus anyone else. It's you versus you. You versus yourself every single day, every moment. Like what can I be doing better in this situation to better myself and better those around me? So the biggest, easiest way to reach the flow state is just put in that fucking work, dog. Put in the fucking work every single fucking day. And with me, the work is that daily personal routine and that personal development. Waking up early, make my bed, brush my teeth. I have a routine, you know what I mean? It's not exactly the same every day because some days I'm like, oh shoot, I got to take care of this or I have something coming up this next day, so I have to wake up even earlier. So I have to adjust it a little bit. But basically is waking up early and getting that workout in, reaching that flow state through that workout. Because usually for the workouts, I do about 100 burpees with different variants. 1 pump, 2 pump, up to 5 pump, Navy SEALs with squats, jumping jacks, heart checks, up down burpees. You could fuck yourself up with 100 variant burpees if you're like, yeah, whatever, dude. Go if you've never done a burpee before, go do a fucking 100 burpees and come tell me that wasn't fucking hard, dude. Like I remember my first burpees, that shit fucking killed me. I was like, God damn. And then the next day I improved it, boom, and keep improving. And basically, I tell you this because I do that every day. The 100 burpees, the first 20, 30, I'm like, oh, bro, this is easy. This isn't shit. And then I start feeling it. Then I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm getting a little tired. My arms are getting a little sore. This is a hard workout. But then somewhere between that 60 to 70, sometimes 80 range, that switch hits. I hit that flow state, bro, where I feel amazing. I'm like, dude, where before I was sore, I might have felt a little tired. My mind's not even saying that anymore. I'm saying, boom, this is a great, I feel amazing. Reaching that state of gratitude, that state of intention, purpose, you know what I mean? Really reaching all that. And that's one of the things my mentor's big homie Rob, bro. He's always like, all right, hit that floor with some intention. Boom. When you hit that burpee, we'll hit like 5 pumps. And he's like, all right, now come up with some purpose. Boom. And then I'm coming up. So really again, your mind will believe whatever you tell it. So coming up with that purpose, do and that gratitude, because gratitude isn't just saying, "Oh, thank you, God, for this," and just praying. That's it. Gratitude is action. Wes Watson said that gratitude is action. Not saying, "Oh, thank you, Lord, for these lungs." You say, "Thank you, Lord, for these lungs. I'm gonna go on a fucking run. I'm gonna go get a badass workout, and I'm gonna thank you for this body, this life you've given me, and live it up. You know what I mean? Go live that life always, man." So yeah, reaching that flow state. Go reach it, man. Go try 100 burpees. You might hit that flow state.
Yo, guys, so I have about like 5 minutes left here, but what I will say real quick is uh, understand that when when you're more charismatic, you're in the flow state. That's really the biggest message here in this entire podcast. When you're
Yes.
charismatic, you literally are free of all thought, and you just you're so quick to pass tests when women fucking challenge you. You're like, oh, she says something like, "Oh, are you a player?" And here's my response to that, Calvin. I say, "Yeah, I am a player, but you gotta get the terminology right. It's actually premium man whore."
Dude, I'm saying, and that's with anyone. When anyone challenges you, they'll be like, "Hey, I don't like that shirt, Calvin," and I'll be like, "Man, I don't like your face, fool." And I keep moving, nut like, dude, like even for example, I was at work, I had my protein shake, and someone, I don't know if you know what horchata is. It's like a sugary drink, and there's someone, they're like, "Oh, like you brought a horchata that this early?" I was like, "Hell no, fool, this is my protein shake. What are you talking about, man? I'm trying to get my protein on, dog." Like. Immediately without even thinking, yeah, bro, without even thinking, like you just with dude, it just flows, and that's why it's called a flow state. It's flowing like a river, man. That game, that knowledge, because it's a higher, that tapping into that higher intelligence, that higher universal knowledge, you know what I mean? Where again, they're like, "Oh, you're a player." You're like, "Nah, man." And then you hit them with some wisdom, you know? So that's that flow state, bro. And I fucking love it, dude. I've seen you hit that several times. I've hit it a couple times, like, and constantly practicing, dude, to where you're damn near in the flow state every single day, all the time, dude. That's the goal, you know? And constantly putting the work to reach those levels, you know?
All right, so one more thing I want to mention here, and I'll fully own that I learned this through my my mentor, or actually, I honestly just thank the guy because he really helped me learn the all important skill of closing. And I have a book on this called Closer's Guide to Seduction, and I'll put that in the show notes. But JC, or Jason Capital, formerly known as America's Honest Dating Coach, and what he taught me is in one of his courses called Life Boss, if you will. He recommended something called hydrocontrast therapy, and this is something that I will do from time to time. What I'll do, you guys, is I will literally do. Uh, this is on one of my articles. I believe it's Ultimate Guide to State Training. But what I'll do is I'll do 1 minute hot shower, and then 2 minute ice cold, and then 1 minute hot shower, and then 2 minute ice cold. Have you ever tried that?
I have not, but I fuck with ice cold showers, man. Those things will, it'll change your way of thinking, bro.
Oh, dude, just try hydrocontrast therapy. It's really,
I'm gonna
really,
write that down.
yeah. And so about a few more minutes here. What is your biggest takeaway, Calvin, from basically your opinion on becoming charismatic and reaching the flow state effortlessly?
Is to put in the effort. That's what you first do, because people are saying, "Oh, I have to be effortlessly to reach a flow state," and then they do nothing. They're like, "I'm gonna just sit on my ass and I'm gonna do nothing." Like manifestation. I fucking love manifestation. I believe in it. But people are just gonna sit there and manifest something without willing to put in the work. So really put in the effort, put in the hours, put in the constant grind, and then you're gonna see it's gonna start coming effortlessly, time after time. Again, like you want to be good at piano, you want to be good at burpees, you want to be good at guitar, whatever you want to be good at, you want to be good at being charismatic. You have to constantly be practicing it, constantly be working on your craft, to where it's gonna come to a point where these master piano players, they're playing piano with their eyes closed. These master athletes, boom, they're doing it. It's muscle memory at that point. These master speakers, you have Adam, man, this boy, he's reaching that flow state effortlessly. You're just constantly doing it. And like even with me with my Instagram page, like again, I was like, man, I want to learn how to talk like these big bosses, man. They're just spitting that knowledge. It's so valuable. Like it's done so much value to me. How can I give that valuable value to others? And it's just doing it, just getting on camera. You're not gonna be the best when you first start at anything, and you have to be humble and accept that. Okay, I'm not gonna be the best when I start off, but I'm gonna fucking work at it so effortlessly every day. I'm gonna put in so much effort, it's gonna come fucking effortlessly. So constantly put in the work, and you'll start attracting those things. Put
I
in the
just
work.
I fucking heard that charisma come out, man.
Yeah, man, dude, that's that
Yeah,
flow
yeah,
state,
yeah,
see, bro. That
yeah.
was me. That was a higher power just
That's
spitting that.
that's my charming motherfucker out there named Calvin. That's
Yes, sir.
another
And
another thing about being charismatic, you guys, is I often do this on my blog, right? You can tell that I am flowing the way I write. And I will say this really quick, you guys. I am completely in the flow state when I am writing. And I will often call my readers a charming bastard or like a charmingly handsome stud. And it's just like, guys, you gotta actually give them charisma. And that's what I'm saying is learn to give people charisma. And as I'm saying here, I'm giving Calvin some of my charisma, man.
yeah, I can
This guy's
feel
a
it, man.
beast.
That's it. I just come
Yeah,
back with that energy. Like it's beautiful, man. Reciprocating that, and that's important to hang around individuals that are helping you reach those goals, whatever it is. You want to be a piano player, go hang around. You are who you hang around. So start hanging around people with charisma that you want to be like. Learn from these people. It's super important. Go watch these people on YouTube. The resources are out there. Listen to Adam and all his podcasts. Like if you want to hang around who you want to be like, bro, it's so simple.
exactly. And all right, I'll give the listeners one more tip on this. Watch hot TV characters that are like an icon that women really like. That's what I did. That's what I did. So
Absolutely, man. Dude, same thing with me with my speaking, bro. Y'all go check out my Instagram, Initiative Fitness 210. I'm on there every day just spitting my shit. I learned that watching people like Wes Watson, Bedros, all these fitness influencers, motivational speakers, David Goggins, Joe Rogan, just speak their truths and spit this knowledge to these individuals. And I'm like, damn, like, I want to do that. Watching the masters at work who people have been doing this for decades and then trying it yourself and then practicing it. Super important.
yep, exactly. And I'll wrap up this podcast by saying this. Guys, when you reach the flow state, this will be the best thing you'll ever do in your social life. This is what women want to see out of you. They want to see that you are willing to kind of, in a way, uh, be the varying source of good emotions. I actually heard that from David D'Angelo, very old school dating coach of double your dating and be the source of varying good emotions. So,
Mm, awesome.
and I'll wrap up this podcast and I'll see you guys next time. Again, I will put Calvin's Instagram handle in the show notes. And more importantly, I'll also leave the link to my book, Closer's Guide to Seduction. I'll see you guys on the next episode.